Hello, welcome back. In this video, we're going to go through question 0 to number 13. This one is a different way of asking a surds or indices question. So we're going to have a look at that now. In this question, in question 1, or part 1, it's basically just a substitution exercise. What it's trying to do is you're just trying to get, okay, n is equal to 5, plug it into there and see what happens, okay? So let's do that. Square root of 3, okay, I'm going to put in a nice little bracket so that we don't confuse ourselves, to the power of 5. Now, that might seem to be okay, that might seem quite tricky. You know, what the hell are we doing? Well, actually, you might think that, okay, it seems quite impossible without a calculator. Well, remember, square root of 3 squared, that's just 3. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, that means that if I have a square root of 3 to the power 4, that is just 3 times 3, which is 9. So what have I got here? I have a square root of 3 to the power of 4 multiplied by square root of 3. So what I've got up there, I've got 3 times 3 is equal to 9. So I've got 9 times square root of 3, which is 9 root 3. Okay, the thing, there's no kind of rule for this. It's to just observe and understand that if you have a square root of something and then you make it to the power of an even number, what you would tend to get back is the square of that square root, right? You know, it's a square of that square root, which gives me back the number 3, whatever's inside that square root. Okay. Now let's go to part 2, which is a little bit trickier. It's asking me, okay, what is n when k is 27? Now this one is a bit trickier. It's a bit trickier. So let's have a think. When in the first case, when we have 9 in front of that square root of 3, what have we done here? What we've done here is that we took out this number 4, and we said that actually square root of 3 to the power of 4, that gives me 9. Okay, that gives me 9. So in other words, what I need to do is I need to find out, you know, what square root of 3 to the power of something, let's call it A, let's call it big A, is equal to 27. You know, I need to find this blue bit. I need to find this blue bit so that I can get this yellow number. So just like here before, I'm gonna, let me try and find a pen. Just like here before, I'm basically, here I have a 27, and here I'm trying to find what is my my power here. It's a reverse. It's a reverse. Okay, so now that's a little bit trickier. So let's think about it. Now we know that square root of 3 square is equal to 3. Okay, so we naturally know that square root of 3 square. Okay, and then bracket and square again. That gives me 9. Okay, 3 times 9, that's going to be 27. So what is that going to be? Well, I know that, therefore, square root of 3 square to the cube is 27. Okay, think about it, because 27 is equal to 3 cube. 3 cube is square root of 3 square. Okay, so what is square root of 3 square or to the power of 3? What is that? Well, that's just going to be square root of 3 to the power of 2 times 3, which gives me square root of 3 to the power of 6. Square root of 3 to the power of 6. So then what we've got, well, we've found a, haven't we? A is 6. A is 6. So in other words, what I'm trying to say here is that if I have square root of 3 to the power of 6 times square root of 3 is equal to 27 square root of 3. Now let's look back again, just remind ourselves, what is the question? The question is to find n, right? N. So I'm going to write on the other side is equal to square root of 3 to the power of n. So how do we get from on the left-hand side to the right-hand side? Well, square root of 3 to the power of 6 times square root of 3, well, that's just square root of 3 to the power of 7, isn't it? I've got 6 here, and I multiply by 1 more, and I get 7. Okay, so therefore, what that means is that n is equal to 7. Okay, quite a tricky question, so I would recommend you going back and look through the video again. But it shouldn't be anything that's too tricky. The hardest bit, I think, is figuring out that square root of 3 to the power of 6 is 27, doing that substitution. But shouldn't be too hard if you spend long enough looking at it. But if you do have any questions, put in a comment or email me, and I'll resolve it. And in the meantime, I'll see you in the next video.